Right guys, girls and whatnot, I'm back again with another video. This video is going to be part of a series of videos that I'm aiming to upload on a weekly basis. And that being Windows Phone game ideas, often using previous Microsoft IPs, which they've been doing for a while. I'm just speaking quite low because it's quite late at night, and I just figured I'd upload this. So yeah, I'm going to start off with the first game that came to me as an idea when thinking about Windows Phone games. And this is a card game. I mean, if you play any mobile games, you'll know that there are certain card games on those phones which are huge sellers. I mean, they're often free, but people start spending a lot of money on certain cards through microtransactions, and it generates a lot of money, these types of games. And we've seen some like Hearthstone. I really can't pronounce it, but there's others like Million Arthur, and I think especially in Japan, the card games are very popular, like Epic Heroes, which is the only one I've really properly played. And it kind of benefits Microsoft, I guess, since they're trying to get some sort of presence in Japan when it comes to gaming. Before I go into it, I think it would make sense to make this a game that is universal on every type of Windows 10 device. So you can access it on Xbox One, access it on your Surface, access it on your PC, access it on your phone, simply because it's a game that would not need much processing power or fantastic graphics, but also it allows for the player to access the game whenever possible. I would love to discuss how the gameplay would work, but how the whole attack and defense system works. But to be honest, I haven't played many card games myself. I've played a couple on iPhone which do everything for you. I think they're pretty boring. But I was kind of hoping if this game were to happen, it would follow suit with Magic, which I play a little bit of, which just has its own unique rules, and it requires a bit of brain thought. It requires a bit of thought. To start it off, it is a game where all the cards are related to a Microsoft IP. I'm not just saying, like we see with Heaven Strike Rivals, they'll say Just Cause 3 came out, they would release some cards of characters inspired by Just Cause 3. This game is purely the original characters. I think when it comes to units, well, not really just units, but just people you attack with, it comes down to two categories. You've got heroes and normal. With normal units, you'll see enemies that you fight, just random enemies, and minor characters such as the dung beetle or the catfish or the pickfork in Conker's Bad Fur Day. And then the heroes and bosses are what I call heroes, or main characters. So we would see Conker, the scientist, the huge poo as hero class. You can go into a lot of detail with these, with a lot of these games. So you have, for example, on Halo you have the Needler grunt, the Kamikaze grunt, I forget what Arbiter's race is called, but you could get cards with them holding energy swords, being invisible, using other guns. So there's within just one type of unit, there's a huge variety if it has different versions. A nice, cool, neat little thing would be for the game series logo to be near the description and the legit game series logo, unlike Super Smash Bros. Where it has a little symbol. And then we could also like consider games which kind of lack any character, like good character material for cards, but are significant franchises. I see them as Forza and Flight Simulator, both hard to produce heroes and units. So you could possibly use them as some sort of their cards as some sort of land cards or magic cards, often to do with maybe say airports or in Forza's case race courses. But Forza Horizon does have characters which can be used. Another example is a series which practically only has units, and one that really is obvious with that is Age of Empires. I mean, we could be, for the unit cards, it would just be infantry that you get from barracks. What could be funny, not really that funny, but you know, a little chuckle, is having the priest as the only hero card from Age of Empires. You could have historic figures, but I mean, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to be in a card game. These need to be like characters created from Microsoft IPs. And then finally we have what I've kind of thought would work with a Flight Simulator card, and it might be the rarest card in the game, but it's the pilot from Flight Simulator, as it's the only hero unit you can reference in that series. And you know, it's just, yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. With the game, it's important also to put it on all platforms, and yeah, as I said before, to make it easily accessible, but try and invest a lot of money in the Windows Phone audience, like make that the one that gets updated first, because it might help bring the Xbox fanboys onto the Windows Phone. And with that being said, we will also see IPs that haven't been successful. I think one was called Blinks the Cat, which came out on the original Xbox. Or with Windows Phone, we saw The Harvest. So you'll be getting like cards from all sorts of series, which are owned by Microsoft. Old, new, popular, unpopular, different genres and whatnot. I mean, I think this would be a really good idea. It would help promote the kind of attitude of playing Microsoft owned games, just like how Super Smash Bros. Really helps get people to play all the Nintendo games, because of curiousness to know the background, and not just that, but to think of what cards can come out of that game. And with that being said, I think I will conclude this video, and as I said, I'll be uploading another one to do with Windows Phone next week. Alright, cheers and enjoy.